What's up guys? This week I really wanted to add pets, and I figured that Easter was the perfect time to do it. Also, if you remember from 2 updates ago, we now have player housing, which means I can finally add little incubator growth chambers for people to turn their eggs into pets. So let's get started and I'll tell you how it went. For the Easter event, I decided to make a sort of egg hunt where players find large Easter eggs, destroy them, and are rewarded with small eggs that they can turn into the Easter shop for Easter themed hats, or that they can put in an egg incubator to turn it into a Easter bunny pet. I figured that this would be easy enough to implement. I already have resource rocks that I sprinkle around the sphere, and I already have NPC shops where you can trade things. So all I had to do was combine those together, and most of the Easter event was pretty much done for me. This gave me much more time to work on implementing pets and also the new incubator house blocks where they could be grown. After the Easter event, pets need to be a regular gameplay feature, so I have to make sure that whatever I add now is something that I can use and build on in the future. For the post-Easter pet gameplay loop, I decided that pets would be the final equipment piece that players could equip. I've had this question mark slot in the equipment HUD for way too long, so I am very happy to get rid of it. Making pets another piece of equipment also has the added advantage that they modify player stats just like any other piece of equipment. And they're also items, which means they can be crafted, traded, purchased, and storable everywhere. The entire gameplay loop looks like this. First, players defeat bosses, then they get pet eggs as drops. They can then bring the pet egg back to their house where they'll need to craft a pet incubation house block. Once they have one of those, they can place their pet egg in the incubator and wait for it to finish crafting. Then they can take it out and equip it like any other item. I decided to make 2 tiers of pet incubators. I figured that I could make an upgraded version that speeds up how long it takes to finish pet crafting. That way I can make in-game pets require more crafting time, making them a bit more unique and hard to acquire. Drawing things is always a struggle, but I finally came up with a few incubator designs that looked good enough, so I figured I'd just add those into the game. Next up, I drew a pet egg for each and every dungeon boss. That way there's always a chance to get a cool, unique pet every time you complete a dungeon. The art for these actually turned out pretty good. I'm just as surprised as you are. I will say one thing though, the ratio of eye to body size is really the key for making pets as cute as possible. There are 17 dungeons, which means there are now 17 pets that you can find, plus the 1 pet that you can get from incubating one of your Easter eggs. For now, making pets cosmetic only, I have a super secret plan of how I want to make pets useful, but I'll save that for a future devlog, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see how that comes about. There's still one last thing to add, and obviously that is a system to show off your pets to other players, so we need to add a pet follower system. At first I thought this would be fairly hard to add, but it ended up being much easier than I anticipated. We basically need 3 parts. First, we need players to spawn a pet follower entity when they equip their pet, and then despawn that pet follower entity when they unequip it. Second, we need pet follower entities to follow their owner, which basically equates to the logic of if you're far away from your owner, walk towards them until you're within some radius, else just stand there. And then third and final, if pet follower entities get too far away from their owner, likely from being stuck behind a wall or something like that, then we just teleport them directly to their owner. For the most part, these 3 rules work perfectly. I did have one kind of heartbreaking bug where players going into the sphere would leave their pet behind in town, causing a sort of buildup of abandoned pets around town. But luckily the king enacted a no pet left behind policy, and we were able to relocate the pets to new homes where they can live free from the torment of endless dungeon crawling combat. Just kidding, I just had to add this line and that got rid of them all. Anyways, that's all I have for this week. As always, an absolutely massive thank you to all the supporters on YouTube, Twitch, GitHub, and Patreon. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.